going to tackle pain. Pain in your wheelchair. So let's try to figure that one out and some steps, suggestions that I have for that. In your wheelchair, it's really important to feel comfortable. That's what one of the things that the wheelchair is for. I know that sometimes it's a new experience or a new cushion, and it, it it just doesn't feel right. So in that case, it's really important to identify what doesn't feel right. Is it your back? Is it your butt? Is it your legs? It's really important to do that. And in my case, I just kind of let it slide, which I shouldn't have, because we could have fixed it back then. And now I have to wait until we have a change possibly in my wheelchair. But I can't handle my foot plate very well. So, my legs are quite weak. So that's something that I just let slide. And we shouldn't let things just slide. So if there is something that it just doesn't feel right, then it's really important to call your therapist or call the company that provided the wheelchair for you and just say, hey, this doesn't feel right, or I have a hard time handling the foot plate, or I have a hard time getting in and out, or I have a hard time, after 5 minutes I'm in pain here or there. So it's really important to identify those things before 90 days at least. There's a time where you're getting in and out and testing it and using it, and you got this pain. And you're not sure if it's you or if it's the wheelchair. So that's something that's really important to test. So to figure out, what's going on in terms of, is it the way you're getting in the wheelchair? Is it the way you're getting out of the wheelchair? Because if you're stressing about certain movements and getting in or getting out, then you have to figure out a different way. Sometimes people can show you, how to get in or out without stressing your body. And that's really important. So you got to figure that one out. It's not something that someone can point out for you, but your physical therapist can help you with that. The company that provided you the wheelchair can also assist you with, taking a look at what's going on. Is it the cushion? Is it you? Is it the way you're getting in and out? There's so many things that need to be checked in terms of what's causing the pain. Was the pain always there? So, and if it was always there, can the wheelchair help you in some way? Whether it's a different cushion, there's all kinds of cushions. And some are covered by insurance, some are not. So it just really depends. And so you have to look at do you need to change something that you're doing, or does the wheelchair need to be changed? Whether it's a part of it or a total different design. So that's really important. Sometimes we're overwhelmed with all kinds of things, and we don't think of that. But, you don't want to end up with a wheelchair that's hurting you more than helping you. So, my encouragement is that before you take a trip, before you go to Aunt May's house, before you go see your mom and dad, that you figure that one out. And because you want to be comfortable. It's a place where you're going to be sitting for a long time during the day. And you don't want to have to be lying down getting out of the wheelchair and sitting somewhere else because it's so uncomfortable that your butt's on fire. So that shouldn't happen. um, in my wheelchair from the beginning, it's been great. I just had to put another layer, another kind of like a gel cushion between me and the seat of the wheelchair. So because I'm going around and I'm going on vans and getting out of vans and my lower spine isn't the greatest, so so that gel cushion gives me a bit of a buffer between me and my poor little spine. So it can be something as simple as that, or it can be something complicated. The company might say, we want to change this seat for a different design so it doesn't hurt you there or here. We need to change the foot plate on you, or we need to change whatever it might be. Or something's getting stuck and you're having a hard time handling it. So they are the masters, the ones who sold you the wheelchair. They are the masters of, how the chair is put together. The physical therapist can say, okay, the person is hurting here. And she'll call the company and say, the person is hurting here, XYZ part, or can't handle this part of the wheelchair. So how do we fix that? So they'll come in and do their magic. So that's really important to take a look at, a time that you, as soon as possible, because, you have a lot of other things going on in your life, and you don't need the wheelchair to be killing you. That's the least of tools that you want, to die of slowly of pain. So, in in my wheelchair, that was the only thing that was kind of iffy, was the that I let slide, which was the foot plate, and the other thing was the seating. But I was able to solve that on my own with a gel cushion and a thicker one. So, when I go in the van, I don't die of pain. Before I had a gel cushion, but it was thinner, and it just wasn't buffering me enough with the bumps and the potholes, which here in the state of Wisconsin, we have a plethora of potholes. So, and that's not something the van can save me from. So I just really want to encourage you to think about it, figure out what's triggering the pain, where the pain is, what part of the wheelchair is hard for you to use, how are you getting on and off of the wheelchair, whether it's manual or power. Is there some way that some kind of movement that you're doing that's triggering the pain? Or is it the wheelchair itself that you get on just fine, but you're having pain like after 2 minutes, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, then you start with some kind of weird pain. So just make a note of it, call your therapist and say, hey, I've noticed this pain over and over again, and I want to take care of it because in the long run, I have to be in this chair and I don't want to be in pain. So obviously, and the therapist will talk to you and then call the company or have you come in and to have you show how you get in, how you get out, how you handle the chair in general, and make sure you're not moving in a way that is hurting your body, whether it's top or bottom. So it's that kind of thing that you need to do for yourself. It's really important. So that's your homework. I'm leaving you to, if you are a person who has pain in your manual or power wheelchair, it's time to do your homework. It's time to pay attention to what is causing your pain. Unless you have pain all the time, and it's not exactly the chair, but then that's another story for another day if you constantly have pain. And I think I have a video somewhere about pain, and I'll bring that up. But this is about the wheelchair and the construct of the wheelchair. So I wanted to talk about that because that's going to impact your travels. That's going to impact the way you do things on a daily basis. That's going to impact, your mood. It's going to impact so many things. So the most important tool that needs to be absolutely comfortable for you is your wheelchair. So let's make sure that you've taken a look at that, you've analyzed it, you've figured out where the pain is coming from. Call your physical therapist and work together as a team so you can solve that problem, and you're feeling comfortable, happy, and you don't look at the power of the manual wheelchair with hate. You don't want to hate your wheelchair. So that's all I had. If you have any suggestions or any stories that you can tell about your chair and how you solved it, feel free to post it down below, because that will help somebody else. So thank you so much for coming by. You could have been doing a million other things, and you decided to drop by and to say hello and to listen to me babble about wheelchairs and pain. So I'm hoping it helped you in some way. So please feel free to subscribe, which is free. Feel free to like and to make comments. That helps the channel grow, and that gives me more enthusiasm to continue to make videos that might be, one of them might be helpful to you. All right, take care, and I'll definitely see you in the next one.